Join us, your hosts, Alma,
And Ja,
in our journey to find.
or to create a positive workplace.
You're listening to
Generation Positive.
Good Morning
Good afternoon.
and Good Evening.
So guys, this is a very very exciting episode. Oh, yun nga pala, this is our fourth podcast episode. So
Yes.
that's fun. And yun nga, yung topic natin for today is very very interesting. I mean, especially for me, I guess, kasi the topic is gonna be about women in the workplace.
Yes.
So, I mean, hindi lang naman para sa kababaihan 'to, 'di ba, Alma?
Yeah. Ako, as a man, for me, I still find this very interesting, and
Mhm.
I hope for our male listeners out there na may mapupulot pa rin kayo na importante stuff that you need to know or keep in mind. So yeah, I'm super excited for what we have in store today.
Yeah, tapos, I mean, yung topic na 'to, women in the workplace. And me and Alma, we're not yet working, so we have
Mhm.
invited a special guest with us today. She is a woman, of course, and she's also working, Alma. So, go Alma, introduce our very special guest.
Yes, our very special guest is Alerva Reyes, who
Yes.
graduated BS Math from UP Los Baños. Right now, she's working as a data scientist at Arch Global Services, and before, she used to work as a data scientist for Union Bank. And she also used to be a senior high school teacher in OB Montessori sa may Green Hills. So, ayun.
Damn.
Hello, Alerva. Ayun.
Hi, Alma and Ja. So it's
How's
nice to
life
be
and
here.
work?
Life.
Yeah.
Ayun, since pandemic pa din, so still working at home or working from home.
Mhm.
So,
Mm-mm.
kahit na lumipat ako ng workplace, work from home pa din. So, yun, nasa bahay lang most of the
Yeah.
time. I get to go out lang siguro from time to time to buy groceries or go to the mall for a quick
Mhm.
lunch or dinner. Pero yun lang.
Mm-mm.
So, that's most of it during this
Buti
time.
naman, buti.
Okay. So, Alerva, to start things off, what are the things na you know now about women and work na you wish you had known earlier in your career? I mean, kita ko naman, I mean, you're a data scientist now, tas you used to be a senior high teacher, so marami ka na ring experience
Yes,
sa
tama.
working. Yeah. So, baka may mga alam ka na ngayon na sana alam mo before you started working or maybe you were
Mhm.
studying that time. So, wanna share?
Siguro for me, sana I've known earlier that there are really a lot of opportunities, especially in STEM. Like before, I really don't know kung ano yung career path na iti-take after graduating. I was really clueless. Like, since my course was really theoretical, walang masyadong, parang hindi siya applied side eh. So, parang more on theories yung
Ah,
pinag-aaralan namin. So, I really don't know what career to pursue after. So, most of my peers or colleagues or um, schoolmates rather, um, they venture into teaching after
Mm.
graduation since that's the closest that we can do since yun nga medyo we lack the skill set to be in a certain industry or a certain
Mm.
field, so parang medyo
hmm.
dun kami parang napapaisip kung ano nga ba pwede nating gawin after grad. I mean, it's a good course,
Mm.
like theoretically kung research or teaching nga yung profession na gusto mo i-pursue. But industry-wise or field-wise, parang medyo lacking pa siya. So parang, pero yun nga, parang I've learned na marami din palang opportunities kahit na yung theoretical side yung alam mo or more on
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, oo.
since yung application or yung skill set is hindi naman madali, pero it can be learned along the way. So, ayun.
Mhm.
So, parang for
Ayun.
me, when I graduated, then nga, I tried teaching for a while. So, I think it was 2 years. And then, after teaching, yun na, parang nagkaroon na naman ako ng pause na, okay, ano na naman gagawin ko? Or parang, what career
Yeah.
should I take? Parang, should I still pursue teaching after, like maybe in college, since high school yung previous ko naturuan, and yun nga parang
Mhm.
yung course ko naman is math. So
Mhm.
pwede rin siya for college. So I was thinking that, or maybe I could venture into something else na probably interesting pa rin for me.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
ayun, so I tried looking, so parang nagbasa-basa ako, and then I asked friends kung ano bang puwedeng gawin. So parang, and then I came across ayun, data science.
Data science,
And then
oo.
ayun. Ta's parang, so ang ginawa ko dun is I tried siguro parang studying for like a month,
Mhm.
gano'n. Parang a
Mhm.
month of, coding, ganyan. Kasi parang
Wow.
nag-try lang ako ng
Go.
basics. Nag-try lang ako ng basics. So
Yeah.
Coding,
parang kasi siyempre ang hirap mag-self-taught din, 'di ba? I mean,
oo.
Mhm.
parang I had programming or coding class during college, pero it was just one subject. So parang if I try to learn it on my own, parang medyo mahirap siya. So parang, pero ayun, I tried. So parang basics lang. Tapos I came across an opportunity na parang they were offering a boot camp, ganon. It's
Mhm.
Mhm.
actually a free boot camp, and it
Wow.
was offered by Union Bank. So parang they
Ah,
were offering it to career shifters or to anyone else na
Ooh.
interested in data science. So, parang ang qualification lang is, I think, yun nga, parang medyo may alam on the basics of Python. It was a programming language. So, ayun. So,
mm.
parang I tried learning it, and then I applied. So, parang across thousands, I think they only selected 15 from
Damn, Alerva, damn.
Mhm. Oh, grabe.
they only selected 15 from those applicants. Tapos though I think one factor din kasi is yung availability din, kasi nga parang it's not a full-time job eh. So parang it
Mm.
won't assure you a full-time job since it's just a boot camp. Pero parang for me it's a win kasi I get to learn, it's free, and actually we're also
Mhm.
Mhm.
paid, parang internship na rin siya on the side. So parang for me it's a
Ooh.
win. So in case na ayun nga, I still plan to pursue data science in the long run, edi I have ano na, parang I built myself there na
Oo.
kahit na start pa lang, 'di ba? So ayun.
Mm, ayun. Wow, whatever, that's so interesting you mentioned that. Parang mas nakukuha na namin yung path mo on how you began your career in data
Mhm.
science with Union Bank and when you eventually transferred to yung Arch nga.
Yeah.
That's interesting. You so kasi that's the STEM knowledge that you learned in college. Can you tell us nga, like how is it being a woman in the field of STEM? And if I might add na rin, like to this question, like, why do you think it's important to encourage more women like yourself to pursue science or engineering careers? Like, why is that important? Parang ganun.
So ayun nga, parang for me, so being a woman in STEM, so medyo di naman mahirap, pero I think it's kasi it's really dominated by men. Like mostly
Mm-mm.
STEM careers are for men, and bihira talaga yung like nagma-math or engineering courses na,
Oh,
or IT or
Mhm.
something related
mm-mm.
dun sa STEM. So medyo parang mahirap siya in a sense na mas male dominated. So
Oo.
mostly parang companies would tend to hire or experienced people. And ayun nga, syempre yung mga may experience na are mostly men as well. Kasi nga, sila na
Oo.
yung nauna, di ba? Parang
Oo.
yun yung
Mm-mm.
medyo mahirap. So parang feeling ko meron pa ring gender preference
Mhm.
somehow.
Mhm.
Pero
Yeah.
I think that gap between men and women in terms of careers in STEM is really narrowing.
Oh,
Kasi
you
parang
Yeah.
more on mas based na sila sa skills and experience nga. Pero yun nga, parang it's really hard to build experience if yun nga, no one would hire you, di ba? Or
yeah.
you don't have the skill set. So I think for me, it's really a matter of learning the right skill set, and getting the, I think the connection siguro partly.
Mm.
Kasi ayun
Mhm.
nga, parang it's still a male dominated field, but more women are really getting into the career as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
I think it's important kasi, ayun nga, siguro with the balance din na ayun nga, para in the future hindi na masyadong titignan yung gender in terms of getting into the career. In my experience naman so far with getting into the field, especially with data science, kasi parang yun nga, parang pag nag-check pa din ako ng mostly ng mga groups or ng mga
Mhm.
companies, para kahit currently sa current company ko, mas marami pa ring males or men eh. Pero
Mhm.
previously with Union Bank, I think medyo pantay na siya. Pantay
Oh,
na siya.
that's
Like
good.
the
Mhm.
That's
number of
good.
people, the number of men. There, though most bosses or yeah,
Our
heads are
male,
still men.
male. Mhm.
So I think that's what we're trying to break siguro for now.
Mhm.
Parang yun nga
Yeah.
kasi sila yung mas may experience, so talagang sila yung mas nauna sa field, kaya
Mhm.
um it's really encouraging more women to go into the field kasi I think maraming opportunities that are open right now,
Yeah.
and in the long run ayun nga, we could somehow bridge the gap and then balance whatever
Yeah.
we have.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's great. I think me and Ja were talking about this
Yeah.
earlier today. Na ako kasi na-experience ko rin yan firsthand eh. UP Manila ako when I first entered college. And then dun sa computer science, parang 40 sila na students sa course na yun. And then there's like 35 na boys and then 5 girls. And then same rin sa math. Parang the ratio of boys to girls is really like ang laki talaga. But like
Mhm.
a lot of the professors there were already saying like, oh wow, pero magpasalamat na kayo na may 5 kayo. Marami na rin yun. And then, although it's sad to say na marami na yung 5, parang there's that hint of, di ba, yung pinag-usapan natin, parang progress. You feel like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
progress. Oo.
Like, ikukumpara mo talaga before, like, yung mga, yung campaigns for gender equality, sila nagsimula eh. Parang, paunti-unti, parang sobrang blessed na nga natin to be like living sa time na to na, um,
Mhm.
nagkaka-progress na and we're like slowly building dun sa gusto natin or sa na-envision na nating future sa workforce. And like I'm really glad na nasimulan na yon before at paunti-unti nang naaayos.
Yeah.
Pero yeah, I mean it has a long way to go naman pero you see the progress kaya I'm
Mhm.
really 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 happy for that. And can I share also like i-apply ko na rin sa nakikita ko before like dito sa city namin, like, the slate ng mga tatakbo, like, not only syempre in the field of STEM, but also sa ibang field. For example, the politicians, majority are male.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Pero slowly, like, mag-elections na, and you see, nagugulat ka na lang na yung, like, the slates, nagiging mga babae na yung tumatakbo, like, not
Mm-mm.
only sa local government, but also national. You know what I
Mm-mm.
mean? So, so the
Yeah.
future is female, paunti-unti. Like, you're gonna make that happen na rin naman.
Mm-mm.
Just,
We love
yeah.
that. We love that.
So, yun nga, nakaka-inspire naman yung sinasabi mo, Alerva. And maybe baka meron na ring mga naka-inspire sa'yo para masabi mo yung mga nasagot mo dun sa previous question. So have you drawn inspiration from other women? And if meron, tell us about the people who inspired you.
Well, siguro inspiration from other women. Siguro one is my mom, of course. So, of course,
Oh,
syempre.
Mm-mm.
oh.
Oh.
I think she has done a lot in influencing me on what I do right now. Especially yun nga, hinayaan niya lang kasi ako na do what I want as long as I know
Mhm.
it's good for me.
Oh,
So,
love
parang
that.
she's very supportive on whatever career or whatever decision I make
Oh, that's
for
great.
myself. So, I think that's one. Another person siguro would be one of my mentors. Her name is Marie Chris Hoson.
Mhm.
So
Wow. Special
I was
mention.
ayun parang kasi she is ano ba? I am also part of an NGO din kasi. So dami ko ginagawa.
Okay, wow,
I'm also
okay.
part of an NGO. It's called Yabang Pinoy. So that NGO kind of
Mhm.
promotes Filipino pride move. It kind of promotes Filipino
Mm.
culture and Filipino pride. So yun yung
Okay.
and then I met her there, and then she's our managing director. So
Okay.
I think I've been with the NGO for like 8 years now.
Mhm. Oh, wow, okay. Wow.
So, medyo matagal na.
Mm.
And then, parang siya kasi, she's the one who parang trusted me with one of the events that we
Mm.
have. So, parang in yung fundraising event namin that we do every year for a multiple
Mm.
times. So, parang, ayun, parang she's one of the, hindi man, ayun na kasi sabihin na found, so medyo cut na lang to.
Mm.
Ayun sabihin na founder siya, pero ayun, parang she's one of the first persons na lang who were there for the organization. And then parang I met her in a camp. So we had a camp. And then from there, nung una syempre parang hindi kami close, ganyan. Pero yun nga, parang I tried volunteering sa mga ibang events, and then parang dun niya ako napansin. So parang she tried offering me, oh, try to do this. So
Mm.
parang she tried to give me the responsibility. And then ayun nga, parang later on, um parang ngayon, nagain ko naman trust niya. So,
Mhm.
kaya I'm still working for that event. Yun nga lang, since pandemic, so parang medyo na-halt yung mga ibang activities namin.
Mm.
Pero,
Mhm.
um, kasi on the side din, she's doing this NGO, and then she also has a corporate job.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
Tapos, yeah,
Grabe.
kaya sobrang inspiring din siya for me, and she's really a big influence kasi nga parang I've been with her for like 8 years now, and
Mhm.
ayun, she's still a part of me. And yun nga, parang she's also giving me advices kung anong gusto kong gawin with
Mm.
my career, ganyan, or kahit sa love life, gano'n.
Wow, wow.
um
Wow, we love
Magaling
that.
pa. I love that.
Parang ano ano daw, sino daw dapat yung, ano daw dapat yung qualities ng mga pangasawa ko, mga gano'n.
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
okay. Okay, okay.
So ayun, kasi ayun nga, so parang I think parang sabi niya kasi sa akin, it's really important, to really be, choosy with your partner. Siyempre kasi it's a lifetime commitment. So
Have
Mm.
standards.
'di
That's
ba?
Mm.
that's
Standards.
it.
Yeah, that's very important. So, 'yon. And I guess sa kanya ko rin natutunan yung ibang skills ko other than being in STEM field. So, I also organize events. Ayan. So, I started during
Wow.
college. So, school events lang. But then, yun nga, she trusted me. So, I organize bazaars in malls
Mhm.
also
Ooh.
on the
Ah,
side.
okay.
So that's what I do besides my full-time job. So kahit na I was a teacher and data scientist as well. So
Mhm.
I organize bazaars and other stuff. Pero what I head is the bazaar. So, 'yon.
Wow.
Wow.
Parang parang busy na busy ka talaga. Oh,
Well, before, pero ngayon not so kasi nga 'yun, parang most of the
Pandemic.
time na nasa bahay na lang, tapos
oo.
Mhm.
Oo,
I
gets
get it.
naman, gets naman. Ako nga ano, I wanted to share it. But also, I think it's amazing na you have a mentor that doesn't only help you in the professional side, but also on the personal side. What a mentor.
Yeah.
We love that. Ako, I just want to share. For me, I think simply, like, even though I'm surrounded by amazing women that I've met, friends, people older than me that I look up to, I think it's gonna come down to one person for me. That's my mom. Parang siya yung idol ko
Oh.
na, na woman. Kasi, to not be cliche, pero yung mom ko kasi, lumaki siya na she had dreams of being a doctor. And out of, apat sila magkakapatid, siya yung pinakabunso. And all of her older siblings also had their own goals and dreams to pursue. Pero because nauna sila, like the family had to support them first. And then it
Mhm.
went to a point na the eldest, yung lalaki, nagkaroon na siya ng pamilya. So he had to take care of that. The two older sister niya also wanted to pursue career in medicine. Eh, di nga sila mayaman. So my mom ended up having to sort of give up that dream. She went to corporate, and then she helped the parents, and then yung mga kapatid niya, bunso siya, parang tinulungan niya sila para makapagtapos sila and everything. And my mom went through a lot kasi joining at parang a woman in the corporate, like that's a whole story on its own. Grabe rin
Mhm.
yun. And then like my mom really worked hard, like all of the yung mga pag discriminate sa kanya as a woman in corporate, like she brushed all that aside, and then she worked hard. And then like now, hanggang ngayon tinutulungan niya pa rin yung pamilya niya, and alongside she supports me, my brother, my family. And that's why I think
Mhm.
like there should be so much importance placed on so much powerful women who like go through the odds. Kasi it almost feels like you're always fighting an uphill battle. And like
Yeah.
I see my mom on the forefront of that in my mind as a woman that inspires me talaga. Amazing. My
Mhm.
mom. Grabe.
Oh. Because you guys mentioned your moms, I'm gonna say my mom then, char. I
Mm.
mean, automatic na yun. My mom.
Uh,
She's really a strong woman. Ganun na yun. Pero if I were to think of another person in mind na nakaka-inspire sa akin to as a woman and also someone na may pangarap. It would be like the co-founder of Positive Workplaces. So Alerva,
where we were.
we have we have two bosses. Um and one of the co-founders nga ng Positive Workplaces is Nikki. And I don't know, parang sa skills pa lang, karespe-respeto siya.
Mhm.
Parang and she's kind. And parang dahil kung paano niya kami tini-treat or kita ko rin kung gaano niya kamahal trabaho niya, dun ako na-inspire.
Mhm.
Kasi mahal niya yung trabaho tas boss siya, pero she doesn't, treat us in a way na like in the word bossy, alam mo yun?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, she doesn't
Yeah.
she's not that. She's kind. So, you can be kind, pero at the same time, kahit yung sa pagiging kind mo, dun lumalabas yung best sa mga workers mo. So, dun ako
Mhm.
na-inspire kasi ganun si Nikki and I really wanna be like that kasi dun na-inspire yung tao kung gaano ka kabait, kung gaano mo kamahal yung ginagawa mo and it's for a good cause since may purpose ka kasi in life. So
Yeah.
yeah, shout out to you, Nikki.
Mhm. Oo.
Yeah,
And
go.
yun si Nikki, she might not be our mom, but here in Positive Workplaces, it's like she's really our mom. Ganun din talaga yung vibe niya.
Mhm.
And I agree with you, Jad, that she's so passionate. Because look, she was passionate enough about what she wanted to change here in the Philippines that she started Positive Workplaces, which is really
Mhm.
centered on enhancing the well-being of the workforce here in the Philippines. It's what led to this very
Yeah.
podcast why we're doing this in the first place. Kaya very
Mm.
amazing talaga si Nikki.
So it's
Like,
like nakakaano, like yung reason niya why she started Positive Workplaces kasi 'di ba, Lerva, aminin natin, like Mondays, parang may negative thing about Mondays, eh. Like, "Oh, it's the
mm,
Yeah.
start of the week. I don't wanna go. I don't wanna work."
mm,
Pero like Nikki's dream is talagang gusto mo pumasok kahit Monday. Like, you're
Monday.
gonna look forward to working on a Monday. So, ayun talagang dun ako like, "Wow, really, Nikki?" Parang, oo nga 'no. Sabi ko, "Oh, I love it. I love what what you're
mm,
doing with
mm.
this company kasi ganun yung pangarap mo." And maraming ganun yung nararamdaman about Monday. So, marami talagang may inspire sa ginagawa mo. Tapos marami yung gusto mong matulungan.
Wow. I love I love this question. It basically made us go like, okay, go to your moms, hug them. And then we love them. They've done so much.
Yeah.
Amazing talaga. O, ayan. Sige, Alerva, we have just one final question for you. Yes, and that final question is, for our female listeners out there, or like what message you'd want to say? Parang like, what would you want to tell young women now who are just starting to work?
Mhm.
Siguro, for me, just keep going. Kung ano yung gusto mong i-pursue, like, I think you should push it, despite the odds, kung ano man yung, challenges along the way, or kung ano man yung mga roadblocks, or maybe possibly hindi rin ganun ka-supportive yung parents or yung family, or yun nga. Parang for me kasi it's really important that you do what you want. Kasi
Mhm.
kapag hindi mo gusto yung ginagawa mo, you end up not pursuing that, or maybe sayang lang siya. I mean, 'di ba kasi parang usually may mga kids or yeah, women na parang okay maging ganto ka na lang or maging ganto ka na lang kasi ito yung in demand, kasi ito yung bagay sa pero I think it's really important dapat in mind na gusto mo rin yung ginagawa mo. Of course,
Mhm.
possibly pwede naman na yung sabihin sa'yo would be magustuhan mo rin in the future. Pero yun nga, parang for me, it's really knowing what you want and doing what you
Mhm.
want. And yun nga, parang getting the right people siguro around you to be
Mhm.
able to pursue that. Siguro
Mhm.
one thing then is build your connections. That's very, very important.
Mhm.
Parang lalo na sa field na gusto mong i-take. Kasi it's really hard kahit naman anong field, I guess, na makapasok lang basta nang wala kang masyadong idea about it. So another thing is siguro research, like should really know what you're going into,
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
kasi yun nga may mga times na hindi rin natin alam kung ano yung pinapasok natin. So I guess dapat beforehand, before going into something na tingin natin gusto natin, I think also important din na alam natin yun, yung stuff about it.
Mm.
So
Mm.
Yeah.
ayun. And don't be afraid. I mean, of course, we know that most workplaces are male dominated, but there are a lot of companies or groups that are really supporting women as well to be in the workplace. It's really just a matter of finding the right skills and
Mm.
getting the right tools in able to pursue what you want. So ayan.
Mm. Wow. Oo,
Oh,
that's so
oh my
great.
God. Parang
Oo.
yung nakuha ko dun, is dapat mahal mo yung ginagawa mo.
Yeah.
So, your heart should be in it, pero at the same time, gamitin ng utak. 'Di ba?
Mm.
Yes.
Parang you're just saying, make use of
Mm.
what you have, girl. Parang that's what I got. Na kaya na pwede ko i-apply. So thank you, Alerva, for that, as someone
Mm.
na who's still studying pero gagraduate na hopefully soon.
Yes.
So, okay, I will make use of my heart and my brain. Got that. Thank you, Alerva.
Uh, how for me, this is going back to what you were saying a while ago. And I really like the term you used, like bridging the gap. I love the part of your message and where you tell people, where you tell your fellow women na if you wanna pursue that, despite the odds, you pursue it. Kasi I
Mhm.
think that's progress. Like that
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
bridging the gap you're talking about is like if like that bridging the gap is brought about by more and more parang women applying for these things that they think na male dominated. Like
Mhm.
alam mo, if you want to go for it, go for it. Parang like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
be the difference. And like parang do it in this culture right now that's like allowing the change to happen, that progress to happen. I
Mhm.
think that's amazing. That's so inspiring. I
Yeah,
hope
I mean,
listeners,
it's your fight for your future. So,
oo,
Yeah.
you do your
Yeah.
part na rin for
Yeah,
you.
and yun nga parang pursuing that is actually you're being a part of the solution, 'di ba?
mm,
Yes,
oo.
I love
Parang you're playing a
that.
role, oo, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea to put into these young minds na you pursuing this is not like, oh, it's like I'm not starting with a disadvantage. No, I'm part of the solution. I'm actually putting
Mhm.
my foot forward.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
amazing.
Yes.
That's
Mhm.
great. Ayun.
Yeah.
Wow, Alerva, it was so great having you on the podcast.
Thank
That was
you.
such a great conversation. Ah, alam mo, like Ja will have to say for the young women, like I hope you guys listen well. Ako for the men,
Yeah.
I also hope you listened well. Yan, yung mga supervisors, mga male-dominated societies, parang don't ever count the
Mhm.
women out. And yeah, I think that was so great. Alerva,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you so much
Love
for
having you here.
And thank you for having me as well. So, I was actually medyo I mean, wala akong masyado. First time ko actually mag-guest sa isang podcast. So,
You did
thank you
great.
for in thank you for inviting me. Though I have several guestings before then on TV and
Mm,
radio, pero first time ko for a podcast. So,
Wow.
ayun.
mm,
So, it's
mm,
actually for ano din, for Yabang Pinoy din. So, ayun.
Okay.
mm. Wow, ayun.
I mean,
Ayun, no, thank you.
your job, it takes like I'm just really really happy that you're working eh. So it means a lot na you spared some time to talk
Mhm.
about this. So
Yeah,
again, thank you. Just
thank
wanted
you.
to say thank you.
Yeah. And for our listeners,
Yeah.
tune in to our last episode next week.
No.
Very key
Yeah.
phrase na sinasabi ni Alerva na bridge the gap. I wonder why. Ayan, tune in for
Mm.
episode next week. And as always, you're listening to
Generation positive.
Yay!
Thank you,
Thank you,
Alerva.
Alerva.
Thank you, thank you.